Good day, Africa. You're welcome to another insightful edition of HealthAfrik on AAU TV. If you're watching, you can follow us on Facebook on Association of African Universities and on YouTube, Association of African Universities, as well as Twitter, AAU_67. Today, we are talking about alternatives to orthodox treatment practices, and I am joined here in the studio by Dr. Emmanuel K. Asenso, who is an internationally known naturopath, and he is a detoxification expert as well as the founder and director of HealthAfrik Limited. And today we'll be delving a bit into malaria, and then statistics that have come up over the years, and in 2017 shows that an estimated 219 million cases of malaria are in 90 countries, as well as malaria death has reached 4,350 in 2017 alone, and Africa is home to 92% of malaria cases and 93% of malaria death. This and many other things that are coming up your way on HealthAfrik today. Please stay tuned. We'll be back shortly.
In matters of life and death, you would never leave it to chance. You look for someone dependable, caring, and above all, someone who knows exactly what to do. At Wisconsin International University College, Ghana, we train our students to work in the most basic and in the most sophisticated healthcare environments. With the help of our new state-of-the-art simulators, the first of their kind in Africa, students learn how the human body really works and how it responds to various stimuli and treatments.
The nursing school has been in inception since May 2016, so we are in our second year. What sets us apart is the kind of environment in which the students are being trained, especially in terms of skills training. Our skills labs are among the best in the country and in West Africa as a whole.
You got to see a simulated birth here. We can do these births about every 7 to 10 minutes with a setup and things like that. Now, comparable to other simulation centers, obviously there's no other simulation center here in Africa that can offer that. In the States, this is very comparable to the same experience that our students in the States will experience over here.
Don't leave your education to chance. Enroll at Wisconsin now and get world-class training in nursing, community health nursing, and midwifery. Wisconsin International University College, Ghana. Leaders in international education.
You're welcome back. As I said before the break, we are talking about alternatives to orthodox treatment practices, and I'm joined in the studio by Dr. Emmanuel K. Asenso. Doctor, you're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
All right. I'd like you to introduce yourself and tell us a bit more about yourself.
Okay. I am Dr. Emmanuel Kwame Asenso. I am a naturopath with many years experience in the practice of conventional medicine. I spent at least 20 years in the US working in different areas in conventional setup. When I got very sick to the point of death, I was introduced into natural and holistic healing, and as a result I had to make some U-turns in some of the things that I knew before. So I went into the study of international nutrition, because you see, one of the things that is happening, no one can heal without a proper understanding of what food is, because good food, as Hippocrates, the father of modern medicine, said, good food is good medicine and good medicine is food. And if we all know what what you eat means, then everybody will be very, very careful when it comes to eating, because what you eat can make you or can unmake you. Okay. So anybody that wants to take control over you will try to kind of change your diet. Yeah. That is why we have so much of junk food around. And in Africa, where the environment is essentially evergreen, we are not deciduous. That means we don't fall. Right now, if you go to the US, you will see that most of the trees have shed their leaves. Why? They are deciduous. But in Africa, it doesn't happen. So we're not supposed to be having any of the lifestyle diseases. Okay, So you have to have a proper understanding of nutrition, because we are what we eat. And then after becoming an international nutritional consultant, I had to study natural medicine. So I have some background in traditional naturopathy. That is what the Bible really supports. You can't heal outside God, and there's no science without God. Before you can be a good scientist, you need to understand who your maker is, because we didn't come by chance. At least we are created by a super intelligent being, God, and he has laws for our being. That is what comes under the umbrella of traditional naturopathy. And what are these laws? Everybody needs fresh air, good nutrition, trust in God. We need to be temperate, and we need to drink water, not soda, because in the beginning God never created soda. Without water, nothing lives. So sunshine you need. If there's no sun, you can't have any food, because all the plants will die. Okay, and then you need to have an attitude of benevolence, an attitude of gratitude. When you sum them all up, you become peaceful. So if you want to be healthy, you have to be at peace with your health. But this, what I'm just outlining, is part of primary prevention. But unfortunately, in this life, primary prevention is almost thrown out. And when people talk about nutrition, they talk about supplement. But supplement is not nutrition. Occasionally, it has, those supplements are simple poison, which we spend much money buying. So they don't get well, because they don't understand how to eat to live. Many people are unfortunately living to eat. They don't question what they are eating. And as a detox specialist and a naturopath who knows how to heal God's way, you have to understand the mechanics of food.
Okay, so then what is naturopathy about?
Naturopathy is any individual who is into the study of the application of the physical health laws, or the laws of health. You see, there are the moral laws and then the physical laws. And that is what I just outlined. Anybody who uses nature to help people heal is a naturopath. And I chose to do traditional naturopathy because it agrees with my belief as a very serious Christian who believes in God. Because nobody can heal without God. God is the one that heals. He is the one that made us. And so if you want to get well, you go to God. No human being can heal anybody. So you go to God and listen to him, do that which is right, follow his commandments and all the statutes of our being, then you will be given the opportunity to heal. And you need to exercise, drink water. We also need to fast so that we can purge the filth from our body. So a naturopath, if you come to our center, I will just expose you to all the healing modalities that are naturally inclined. Okay, and then we'll show you how to eat, because I have something that we call kitchen school. We will walk you around. And the reason why I wrote that book, what do you call it, the edible fruits and vegetables in your backyard, is because I have realized that nature study has been taken out of the curriculum. And we have to find out why. Because the very thing that will make us heal is what we are not being taught. So everybody you meet out there is sick, front and back, left and right. We are all sick, whether it's physical, spiritual, social. We are sick, and that is why I decided to come here and at least let people know that if you are from Africa in an evergreen environment, you're not supposed to have any of the lifestyle diseases.
So
because God has made all the natural signatures for our healing. So if you just have a copy of my book, sure, and you eat right, you are not going to be sick.
I'd like us to draw the difference between a naturopath and then a herbalist.
Okay, a naturopath is an individual that uses all the physical health laws to help people heal. A herbalist is an individual who has been trained to use the nutritive values of plants whose medicinal values are known. Okay, as a naturopath being trained, how to study herbology. Herbology is the study of herbs.
Yes.
You cannot heal without herbs. You see, the herbs is food. Okay, but it has been given a different name. Herbs have the power with the natural signatures, with the various nutrient densities to help any child of God to heal. Anybody that will want you to be sick will take you away from the herbs. Herbs is nothing, it's food. They are the various vegetables and fruits. And in life, when you go to the plant kingdom, there are only two food groups. First group are the fruits. Everything else is a vegetable, and that's it. All the other things that we read and many get acquiring degrees from are all the reductionist approaches to make eating very, very difficult. Our great-grandparents did not have to worry about what is in a particular food, because people have even forgotten that if the topsoil is not good, the ingredients in the food would not be good.
Okay.
If the soil from which we get our blood is bad, then the vegetable, the fruit, everything will be bad. So the teaching surrounding what is in this, banana has potassium, orange, vitamin C, they are all myths. Because if the soil is bad, where will the vitamins travel to get into the fruit?
That is.
And now that we are using weedicide, herbicide, or whatever on the soil, killing or burning the topsoil, we are essentially killing the people on earth. That is what it means. Because your blood, if you read my book, The Natural Pillars for Your Health, I have a chapter on that. Your blood depends on the topsoil. And these are all the natural pillars, natural health laws. If you read it, your eyes will be open to how we should eat to live, to build a better immune system, to avoid sicknesses in the first place. Because what is killing us are not serious infections. They are lifestyle diseases.
Okay.
Cancer, diabetes, heart diseases, they are all lifestyle diseases. You need to follow natural wisdom, God's law, and you will not be sick. But we've been taught otherwise. We've been programmed with authoritative misinformation from so many parts, especially from the West. And that is what we are all using. You see, what is killing us is the borrowed culture from our education. We need to have a culturally sensitive curriculum that will not make us, after school, shun or look down on our culture.
Okay, so coming down to alternatives and then orthodox treatments, can they be taken together? Or?
Oh, no. You see, naturopathy, allopathy, they are opposites.
Yes.
Okay? And if you read the books, the China study, I want everybody listening to me to get a copy of the China study and then read the whole book, but start with the first 3 chapters. You will weep. You see, the summary from Dr. Colin Campbell says you can stop taking diabetic medications with diet alone. Heart disease can be reversed with diet alone. Cancers are also related. Breast cancer is related to female hormones in the blood, which is determined by the food we eat. Right. Prostate cancer is normally found in people who predominantly consume dairy. Okay? If you want to be mentally sound at old age, Dr. Campbell states you need to consume a lot of fruits and vegetables. And he goes deeper to say the fuel for cancer development is animal source food. But look at what authoritative information has done to us. Everybody wants protein, has been taught that you get it from the very foods that will unfortunately cause a lot of inflammation. All the tumors, inflammation, and cancers are largely caused by the consumption of animal source food. Okay? And now, who writes the nutritional books? The animal companies.
Yeah.
So what would they tell you to eat?
Yeah.
Consume milk, consume all the animal fruits, and then you get sick. That is what they call the rich man's diet. Now, by virtue of what we are eating now, everybody, whether poor or not, is a rich man. Well, we are eating the same wrong food, which is creating all this chronic lifestyle disease, and unfortunately, we have been also told that you can't cure them. Those are myths. They are lies. You can cure anything if you have the right mind. If you don't have the right mind, you can't cure nothing. And who cures people? It's God. You have to listen to Him. And our curriculum is devoid of the natural and divine information from God.
Okay.
Is it not true?
Yeah.
Exodus 15:26 says we have to listen to God, do that which is right in His sight, follow the commandments left and right, and He will take away from you the disease of the Egyptians. That is lifestyle disease. So God is the healer. We need to embrace all this divine information and we'll be different. Again, we are in an evergreen environment. The soil of Africa is different, but we are all sick. And that is why we can't develop. So we need to change the way we do business with our health. And it doesn't matter which area of your training. You first have to understand the natural workings of this body so that you know how to take care of it. But if you are not taught, oh, I'm a historian, oh, I'm a geographer, so I don't need, hey, how you want to have a better brain? And if you are sick in your stomach, you are sick in your brain because what you eat settles in your stomach and it affects your brain. When the gut, the stomach is not good, your brain will not be well. That is why you have to watch what you eat and run away from anything that they say is junk food. You should watch processed people.
Okay.
Yeah, just go on the internet and type or do a search on the processed people. You will weep. We've been proposed to think mechanistically, not trying to critically break down how things work. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people coming out, but these same people with all these degrees cannot solve any simple basic social problem. Why? Because of the way we've been schooled to handle reason. We just talk, but no practical things. See, if I didn't go to study science again, I wouldn't have known that in certain places in the advanced so-called countries, is the professors that teach practicals. What happens here in Ghana or in Africa? So you see, we need to look at the way we are studying from a different angle. And I also want to bring this before I forget. It is, you don't need a degree to heal anybody. You need common sense and divine wisdom.
We'll get to that.
That's right. So we need to kind of develop programs that will make everybody understand that he or she, human being, is responsible for their own health. Okay? And we need to teach nature study and primary prevention. Okay,
Doc, there was an article in the Daily Guide, a newspaper in Ghana, in which he made the claim that malaria is not caused by Plasmodium parasites, and that it's caused by filth
in the liver.
Can you explain this and how it happens?
Okay, now let me explain it in two parts. First part, you have to understand how diseases are really caused. Natural pathophysiology. Now, it doesn't matter. All the diseases in the human body are caused by filth or toxins or poisons. Any disease, take accident, trauma from it. But you and I, the very things that we do is the one that makes us sick. And in this body, diseases are naturally internally generated. Okay? Now, when the body is working, it produces biological waste. That can be considered filth or the poisons or the toxins. There are a lot of things that we do to ourselves to prevent the normal physiologic or biologic activities or mechanism in the body. Okay, one, you eat, you have to defecate, true or false?
True.
If you get constipated, the toxins in the fecal matter will find its way. Now, the mess that is generated, okay, multiple emissions of systemic sanitation is what creates the toxins when your body, the whole cascade is working in a very, 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 what do you call it, sophisticated with things very difficult for the common mind to understand. I mean, it's a mystery the way the body. So the multiple emission of systemic sanitation is the synergistic activity for all the organs into the minutest cell. Put together will make the environment in the body normal. That is what they call homeostasis. Okay, to get balance, every cell has to work right. And as these cells are working, they produce felt, which has to be eliminated through the various eliminative channels. What are those? You have to pee, you have to poop, you have to sweat, and even through your breath. Plus, what do you call it? Urination, through your urine too. But many people have diseased organs, and then as a result of the organs being diseased, sicknesses follow. And then the toxins get accumulated, and then you begin to get all the symptomatologies of what we call dis-ease, because you are not at ease. That is disease. So, in the case of malaria, and I being a serious malaria patient before I even went to America to study some more, all the fevers, and remember, if you go to our Facebook, all the fevers are internally generated, and is the liver that produces all the various mechanisms. You see, if you become toxic, what would the toxins do? It will kill you. So, if the whole environment is full of filth and you clean, what do? You burn it. Okay, so the fever comes from the liver as a result of the toxins. Now, if you make your environment filthy, it will invite rodents, various insects, roaches, rats. That is what happens in the body. So, if your liver is fine and it is working right and there is no filth in it, you will not get any germ being produced. That is what comes under the area of pleomorphism. But you see, we've been schooled with monomorphism, the germ theory. So everybody thinks it's the germs. It's not the germs, it's the filth first. So this is how I came with the thesis, and I ran a very successful malaria clinic. If your liver, anytime your liver is full, you begin to feel the malaria or malaria-like symptoms. Now, in any time you remove the filth from the liver with the Manyan Health Natural Malaria Begone program, it's a program which is available for any doubting Thomas to check. Don't sit in your office and debunk it. This is serious. In fact, Ghanaians are not safe, or Africans are not safe, because they are hearing this serious information, but I'm not getting too many calls for people to come and even check or talk to some of the patients. And in fact, the patients are not fools, so that come to get their malaria naturally handled. You see, come and check. This is what Africans are not doing. You hear something new, go and check. But we don't like to check. Not too long ago, I had this thing on TV, this malaria issue. And then they began to say, oh, it's not true, it's only plasmodium. But you see, in every community that malaria is endemic, there are two main groups of malaria patients. Very few of them might have, the first group might have a +1 or +2 of the Plasmodium parasite on the blood film. But many have the malaria-like symptoms, but they are not positive. What is then causing it? It's nothing but the filth. So anytime, this Friday that just passed, they brought a patient from the hospital who had been given a couple of malaria injections and antibiotics, because I don't treat anybody with antibiotics because they don't work. I treat people with detoxification and good food because you are what you eat. Bring any infection within 3 days, the fever associated with the infection will go. Why? Because we clean the organ. It's a detox program which have no regard to the plasmodia. Even if the so-called plasmodia, which I think is antioxidant depleted blood cell, clean the liver of the filth, there will be no plasmodia. You see how your room is clean? If it is clean like that, you won't get a fly. But you start disposing on filth, garbage, what will come? Fly. The flies will find their way here. It's the same thing. So you see, poisons or filth or toxin make the organs weak, and then you begin to get sick. Clean, detox. You see, clean the filth, and then the fevers and all the symptoms will go away. It's that simple, but we are not taught. So the Manyanha Natural Malaria Begone program is the sure solution for the complete elimination of malaria. That is what malaria means. You know what malaria is? Bad air. In Italy, when they were so confused about what was causing malaria and malaria symptoms, they said it was bad air. That is what malaria, that is the coin word for malaria. Okay. So it has been malaria. Go to Deuteronomy 28 verse 22. It's there. Malaria has been, fever has been around since biblical times. So it's not new. The diseases are not new. We are just creating names. Okay, and that is what the Orthodox way of healing has been doing. They create the name, they create the fear, and then everybody gets alarmed, and you are forced, without thinking, to do that which is not right. So we have to conscientize the Africans again, because in an evergreen environment, you're not supposed to have malaria. Every bad thing seems to be happening to, unfortunately, Africa. It's time to question why. So God doesn't like us. Everything bad, all the serious diseases come from Africa. Why? Huh? Just open your eyes to the wild. You will see that when people are scaring us with all kinds of diseases, the animals in the wild, because they obey God, are at peace with themselves. Is it not true? No. If you know how to eat fruits and vegetables, you don't worry about Ebola, because as I've been saying, Ebola is an advanced form of fever. It's DIC. Huh?
It's airborne.
Who told you? That is what you've been made to believe. How did they get into us? You see, we've been programmed to be sick with authoritative misinformation. Go and read the book titled Lying with Authority. You understand? We've been made to believe that. Do you know that many of the sexually transmitted diseases are not actually sexually transmitted?
Before we get to that, Doc.
So the malaria is malaria, bad air.
Okay.
And the liver is supposed to be a storer. It's also to be responsible for everybody's sex, male or female. In fact, if your liver is filthy or your liver health is not at par, reproduction can be a difficult problem. And then all the bad food and the bad lifestyle, unfortunately, also destroys the liver, targets the liver. Okay? You drink, eat the wrong food, junk food. America will tell you junk food. Where does junk belong? Into the trash. And you are eating, thriving on junk food, so your liver will be full. And I've mentioned it when I had a Meet the Press thing. The younger ones are going to die in their numbers. I'm not a prophet of doom, but because of the wrong diet and the wrong lifestyle, okay, we are now having them dying at the age of 20. If we sit unconcerned without getting into checking of what is really the problem, then very soon we'll be attending funerals with the children dying at the age of 20. No, the youth dying at the age of 10. No. And something has to be done. So if we want to eliminate malaria, clean the filth, the liver does a lot of work. It will also store the filth. And when you take some of the filth in the liver, it will be surrounded by a lot of mucus. That is why we develop hepatomegaly. What does that mean? When your liver is getting fatter. And then with the filth accumulation without a natural detoxification of the liver, you will get some of these cancers, liver cancer. Okay? And now it's so common, especially in the youth. So we need to know how to detox the body. And in the case of malaria, I call the malaria saga, the organ of importance, because all diseases are internally generated and it's caused by the toxins which we are not able to eliminate. Somehow, if you don't properly eliminate these toxins using the natural physical laws, the poisons will begin to kill you. And on top of it, you may be given another toxin.
Dr. Asenso would like to go on a short break and then we'll be back. Please stay tuned.
Botswana Accountancy College is a business school that was set up over 2 decades ago to contribute towards the human capital development in Botswana and beyond. BAC has over 20 years diversified its product portfolio to offer accounting, business, leisure, management, and ICT-related programs at undergraduate and postgraduate levels, as well as consultancy short courses to augment professional skills. In achieving this diversification, the college has partnered with UK-based universities of Derby, Sunderland and Sheffield Hallam University, as well as professional bodies such as SEMA, Beaker, AAT, ACCA, CIA, Cisco, Microsoft, SAP, ESA and SIPS to allow our graduates to have a globally recognized qualification and be globally competitive. To learn more about BAC, contact us on 3953-062 in Gaborone or contact us on 3953-062 in Gaborone or 241-0558 in Francistown, or visit our website on www.bac.ac.bw. Also, you can visit our social media pages on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. BAC, celebrating over 20 years of creating business leaders.
You're welcome back. If you're just joining, we are still here on HealthAfrik and we are talking about alternatives to orthodox treatment practices. And we still have here Dr. Emmanuel K. Asenso, who is a detoxification specialist. Before we went on the break, Doctor, you were talking about the fact that malaria is caused by dirt and then we should clean the dirt.
From the involved organ, yeah.
From the involved organ. Okay, I would like to move on to what then do you propose as the treatment for malaria from the naturopathy point of view?
Well, like I said, all diseases in the body are caused by filth, toxins, or poisons. And you can't heal any disease with poisons. Now, as a naturalist who understands the practice of conventional medicine, and as a detox specialist, we use food. And the food will do its natural duty when done right. So, the best method for eliminating or eradicating malaria is to use food. And with the Menyanha Natural Malaria Begone program, you just use foods whose physiologic effect will help you make the liver clean.
But doctor, are you aware that there are different types of malaria? So if you're using one type of Menyanha for all types of malaria, are we sure that people will get healed?
You are what you eat. We have been told that the mosquitoes, the Anopheles mosquito, female mosquito, yellow fever, there are so many. They are all diseases, you see. this is the first time and there's too much to talk about. Right. So we cannot go into many of these simple things. Yeah. You are what you eat. In naturopathy, there's only one disease and then one cure. Do the right thing and your body, through its mysterious power, will help you heal. Nobody holds the cat for it to heal. Who does that? You just have to do the right thing. So fevers are fevers, and all fevers are generated into the generated from the liver, from the mesh. All the fevers, yes. All the who was set the fire? Who is the cleaner? Who is the housekeeper? Who is the janitor? The liver. So when you, anytime you have fever, we've been told so many things, many of which are plain myths. That is why I can sit here and tell you, you can also cure sickle cell. Why? Because you test. But we are not checking. So as you listen or you watch, go and check. Why are so many people not fasting? You know, fasting also helps people heal. Yeah. Why would the dog, when sick, will find water and eat some herb and then stop eating? But look at a human being sick. When they are sick, they get more of the stuff that will cause inflammation. You see, it's inflammation from the toxic waste that make everybody sick. So, yes, I had a case of terrible malaria just last Friday. They brought the patient from the hospital. What did I do? He needed more heat. I put the patient in the sauna. That is an alternative. Okay, make the patient drink. What does water do? Without water, nothing lives. So I made this patient drink a lot of water, gave him heat. Why is the body producing the heat? To kill or to burn the filth. So you do that. What else did I do? The gut, the liver, and the organs, colon, everything is messed up. So you clean, you wash it. With the colon hydrotherapy device. Okay, that's water, plain water. One day you come to Health Talk and do a washout and you'll be shocked. What is hidden out there? Why you have the migraine? Why you feel so hot? Why you don't feel so healthy? Because of the state of your gut, your stomach. Now, if you begin to detox the colon, then you empty the stuff from the general body, including your eyes. Okay? So when you do that, then the fever will go down. It doesn't take me more than 72 hours to get any fever down. I don't care. Just like diabetic wounds, you can get rid of the ulcer by cleaning, changing the diet and cleaning the whole body. That is what we do. So with diabetic wounds, you don't cut. If it's the leg, you don't cut. No, why would you cut? When the body can repair it, you just have to change the chemistry. You see, it's the diet. It's the toxins. You clean the toxins. So any fever, when you are doing a colon hydrotherapy, in fact, this is the device. This one here. You lie on it. You are just exposed to maybe 2 inches of the rectal nozzle, which is the one they use in the hospital to suck stuff, mucuses and stuff from the airway. So the water will run through and clean the liver, the colon, and then the liver will open. You know the liver is hooked to the I don't know your anatomy if it is right. The liver has an entrance into the large intestine. Yes. So when you are cleaning, evacuating what is back there, we have a lot to study. Then the liver will open its stuff. You know, we remove all the filth in the liver, and gallstone patients, kidney stone patients, they don't need any surgery. I do that. Anybody can bring those patients and we will do that. Bring all the malaria patients that you have. Chronic malaria, that somebody asks me what is chronic malaria. Anybody, any person that is having malaria at all times has chronic malaria. Me, for instance, every month they will give me injection because I had malaria. And in my ignorance, when I didn't know, anytime I left the US and came to, Ghana, I will rush to the pharmacy and take whatever is available. But you see, unfortunately, to the same medication that is used to treat the malaria, whatever, causes liver disease, liver damage, causes malaria symptoms.
Isn't that supposed to be when the drug is over your ability to take it in? Maybe 500 grams.
See, in every community, it is the weakest that are consumed. When your body is filthy and you add more toxins, go and read the side effects of the medication, and then you wonder why people are taking it. Why are we having a lot of liver issues these days and kidney disease? Because of bad diet and bad lifestyle. We need to change the way we do business with our food so that we can build an optimum immune system by also applying the physical health laws. And then we will be happy in our environment. Otherwise, with what we are doing now as people who don't check into anything, just accept anything without verification, then we are doomed not to get rid of our health issues. And malaria has been around for so many years. And it's a disease that has been created to cause poverty and kill people in the third world. Because what were you saying with your statistic? You said so many thousands of it. In the CDC website, they say every 30 seconds somebody dies of malaria. Should we sit unconcerned when an African, one of your own, come to tell you, hey, wake up? It's a myth to believe that malaria is caused by the plasmodium by the mosquito. And they are killing people with the mosquito
poison. So this
poison.
is a research that you did.
I have it. Now I have the malaria clinic. I'm asking people that are watching to come, bring your patients, whether they are plasmodium positive or negative. Bring them and see. We will work. I have many rooms. We can admit them. And then you test it. In fact, all the Africans, you wake up. I have some good information on the website too. Facebook. Check it. My website. Yes, testimonies are there. So that we can handle our own health problem. Because it's not good for Africa. See, let's investigate our own. And look, you should not leave your health into the care of the current healthcare delivery system, which is unfortunately making everybody sick. We should check whether you are a health worker or not. When you hear about something that will blow your mind, go and check. There might be some truth. But in my case, nobody has come to ask. And they should come and see the pictures that we took on the day that we launched the malaria book in 2014.
So it was launched with journal?
Oh, so many journalists came. Ghana were so many. When you go,
I mean journal, like a research journal.
Which research journal? I am now practicing alternative.
Okay, so
you don't have a peer, and then they will tell you hasn't been peer reviewed.
Yes.
You be the first person to peer review it. Now I'm going to ask African Union to test this program, and then you make the noise, because you know where I have been with this new discovery. I've been to so many places. In fact, one place told me they don't use their brain because then they will lose their grant money. So we are going to die in our numbers of any disease. But come to Health Talk. We will help you cure any of your lifestyle disease. I don't have the power to do that, but I'll point you to the natural ways of healing yourself without the use of poisons, whether it's social poison, spiritual poison, physical poison, or whatever poison. And the worst poison that people have is wrong information. So one of the things that we do, and that is what we are doing, is to detox the mind from all the filth from wrong information taught to us by borrowed culture. We need to adapt and apply culturally sensitive information that will overall increase our creativity as Africans.
Okay.
We don't have to be sick.
Dr. Asenso, don't you think you are debunking or you are shooting down a particular industry, maybe the pharmacies and then the people who produce antibiotics and malaria drugs?
Who did it? Is it Africans? Or we just learned it?
We learned
it. Why? You see, Let me tell you this. That is why.
Down their business.
No, I am not. They have to go into the original stuff, because you see, who is responsible? Who owns health? Who owns disease?
No one does.
No one does. So, do you want to be sick?
No.
Okay, if you don't want to be sick, then you have to change the way you do business with your health. Now, the first food, the first drug should come from the environment from which your umbilical cord was buried. Because that is your source. So, if I am from Tanzania, I have to eat the Tanzanian food. If I'm Ivorian, because see, I speak some French, I used to live in Ivory Coast, I learned some French. You have to eat your first food, cultural food, is from your environment. But look at what people are doing. If you know what you are doing, you will not stay in an evergreen environment and export herbs from outside. That is crazy. So we have all the signatures in our environment, and our responsibility is to be taught right, so that you can combine the various and divine signatures in your food, so that all your organs will heal, right? Things for your eyes, you need to eat good things for your eye. Okay? Do you know those signatures? Okay, in Ghana, where we have a lot of coconut, or elsewhere, coconut is one of those things, precursor. And then we have the what do you call it? Foods. But if you don't know, that's why I wrote this book. We are not taught. And are we also writing books for the younger ones? African, we love to talk, but we don't write books. Is it not true? Yeah. I am not here to insult anybody. But we need to write and have some legacy for the younger generation. We are not doing it. We are only, I went to Kwame and was trying to find out when I had just come from the US. I went down there and wanted to know if they have written books. They say, government hasn't given us money. So I asked the gentleman, some PhD guy, I said, you want to wait for the government before you write book? Yeah. You won't get it. You see, there are so many things that we need to open our eyes to. Because if we eat our culturally sensitive foods, diseases will be very, very minimal. And we are not going to get these lifestyle diseases. Malaria will be easily eliminated if you and I begin the research. Test the program. If you don't test it, keep quiet. Because all the efforts over zillions of years have failed. Mosquito nets don't work. Spraying the chemicals don't work. The drugs don't work. They even make a bad situation worse. What else? Don't work.
They've been working over the years.
Yeah? Yes. It's long time overdue to look outside the conventional box. Because it's not working. And look at how
mosquito sprays they work. Mosquito nets, you sleep in it.
What you don't know is when you spray the mosquito thing, it begins to kill the human being.
What about the mosquito net?
Mosquito net with the what?
It prevents the mosquitoes from entering.
No,
treated mosquito net.
You see, why is it that all these are made? Transport assistant, the people sleeping out there on the city. Why are all those not getting malaria and dying? Go outside. You see, it's the filth. When you clean the filth, people that are scared of mosquitoes sleeping in very secluded areas, they also get malaria because their diet is not good. And once you begin to have a filthy liver, you see, you understand this very well when I put you through the Samson, the malaria begone program. Then you begin to feel light. A lot of people are walking around, they are so toxically loaded. You will not have the real feeling of health. That is what is going. And you look at their face, they look so aged. Why? It's the toxins. You look at your skin and it's not very nice. Your internal environment is bad. That is why we need to teach every child of God. But we are not doing it. And when you have acne or pimples or eczema or something, you go and buy some cream and put it on. Where is the source? Your lymphatic system is not good. Your gut ain't good. So it will show somewhere. Your eliminative channels. And I've been seeing all these stuff. So what people should do is to create things that work. They should have botanical pharmacy.
Okay, though, before we move to botanical pharmacy, I'd like you to clarify how the malaria thing works in pregnant women.
Malaria is this.
Because if it's filth in the liver, a pregnant woman is always careful what she eats.
Who told you?
They are sometimes
do you see pregnant? Hey, I take care of every patient. Let me tell you something about pregnant women. Have you heard about the word pica, pica, Piccadilly? They eat, and what do you call it? The earth, clay. They eat almost everything. And how would the little baby get a congenital disease? It's from where?
The mother.
Okay. So it's the same thing. All these are internally generated. And let me tell you about some of these things that make a pregnant woman go for cesarean section. You know what causes that?
When the baby is extremely big.
When they are full of poop.
Oh.
Yeah. Obstruction is mechanical obstruction from constipation. How many women get pregnant? And what did they teach them during the antenatal or prenatal care? They give them, most of them get something that will make the constipation even bad. Okay? I know how to deliver babies. That's one of my jobs. We have the colon hydrotherapy device. I had this lady, in fact, I work with the husband. She was given some day to come for C-section because the due date had expired. So I expected day of delivery. So I said, hey, it's poop. You have constipated. Oh yeah, even my piles is showing. So I told her the vagina and the, what do you call it, uterus, they are very close. So long as that place is impacted with stool, she can deliver normally. So in the conventional world, the OBGYN obstetrician will go and cut. This is what I did for her. I brought her in, I cleaned the colon. Within 8 hours, she delivered without any CS. Second baby came. When I did same thing, same woman, when I did the colon wash-up, within 2 hours, she delivered. No scar. That is what I'm talking about. So filth anywhere causes problems. And I wish this information
so
would
the
reach.
whole thing boils down to filth in the liver.
Yeah, you
that
see,
is the whole
constipation. Thing. Now, even in midwifery, in obstetrics, they keep talking about first twin and second twin. Do you know what the first twin is?
No.
Go to Kolebu, where we deliver babies. First twin is the toilet. Occasionally with worms in it. We see all that. Toilet is the first twin. Second twin is the real baby. So if you don't clean, why are some people having so bad skin? Inside, not good. See, they can't sweat, they can't do a whole lot of things. They are not drinking water, so things get bad. So you see, talking about what we are discussing in terms of the malaria, even in the conventional textbook, when you look at the life cycle of the plasmodia, we have two phases.
Yes.
One phase is the liver phase, and the other phase is the blood. Clean the liver of the filth, you will not get.
Then it means plasmodia is involved in some way.
No, we have been told. But if you clean the filth, if you make this room.
If you clean the filth, you have cleaned the plasmodia.
That's right. So the filth first, and then everything else.
Then it means that the mosquito is still involved because it's the mosquito
you have been told.
Gives the plasmodia.
You have been told that. Why is it not the male, what do you call it?
Female anopheles mosquito.
They all bite. And there are so many questions you can't answer. And with the plasmodial life cycle, listen to me, there are so many gray areas. There's so many gray areas in the cycle. So many myths in there. The merozoite to the sporozoites to the whatever, I've even forgotten. So many. All I know, the program, everybody needs to know is how to clean the filth naturally. If you know how to keep your environment clean, will you see a lot of flies?
No.
So that is exactly that. And you see, whoever invented the car, look at the human body. But we human beings clean our cars more than we clean our body. Okay? Now, you don't change your oil. When was the last time you did a liver cleanse? And what type of food are you living on? So maybe when I do a nutrient analysis or do a live blood analysis, you weep. Huh? And if your blood is not good, you can't perform. So you see, we cut to kill anybody. You give them bad food or you cut the source of their nutrition. True or false? True. So if the so-called plasmodia is there, I'm not saying the plasmodia is not there, but germs are not the most important in our lives. It's the terrain, internal environment. Okay. That is why monomorphism doesn't work. Okay. So let's learn how to clean and follow the natural laws of health. You exercise, you eat right, and then you fast. Periodically, you clean. Anytime you begin to feel, that is why we teach them, begin to feel that, oh, I'm about to get malaria. My energy is not all, I feel arrested. Detox, clean.
With
the ingredients involved is food, coconut oil, and then lime or lemon. And I have developed a program with age specific. I've been killed with lemon or coconut oil. And it's a very good lubricant. Okay? And has food with the wisdom from nature. You see, I don't care about what is in a particular food. I care about helping people to eat in variety so that they can get the various signatures. We have things for the gut, we have things for the bones, we have things for the eye. We have so much in nature to use. Africa, we are in an evergreen environment. We're not supposed to get this. So we should stay away from borrowed culture and go into our various environment, look at that which is good, pull them together and use it to help heal Africa, because we're not supposed to be this sick in this God-blessed environment. But everything that we are doing right now is to destroy our natural environment.
Talking about filth again, there's jaundice, and then we all know that it's as a result of intake or excessive intake of alcohol or toxic drugs. Couldn't we be replacing jaundice with malaria? Because malaria comes with rising temperatures, but jaundice doesn't.
Who told you?
There's rise of temperature, but it's not as dominant as it is with malaria.
I don't know what you're talking about, but you see, jaundice is nothing. Jaundice is yellow discoloration
of the eye,
of the skin, eye, whatever, gray, conjunctiva. That the yellow, you see, yellow. Okay, if you want to know anything that is good for the liver, look for the flowers of particular trees. Anything yellow is good for the liver. That is the doctrine of plant signatures, and we are not taught this. Okay, so what you are saying is, if you get a liver disease, but you see, jaundice, we have pre-hepatic and then hepatic. That is what we study in pathophysiology. Now, if it is pre-hepatic, it's not in the liver. Okay, it could be caused by hemolysis, plain old breaking down of the blood cells, and then the resultant effect is yellow discoloration of whatever organs are involved. Now, if it is hepatic, that is inside the liver, caused by obstruction, and that is why the stones come into play. Now, if you have obstructive jaundice, it can even change the color of your stool. Okay, so what I'm saying is, with what we just asked, we are not replacing. If you have jaundice, you use that same program I'm talking about.
The same program.
That's right, food. You see, I didn't explain to you the physiological basis for the program that I developed. The Manyan natural malaria. What will oil naturally do when taken? It will cause the stimulation of the smooth muscles. Okay, and that is what the bile does. Now, another thing, what do we use the lime or lemon for in our various homes? Food from your own kitchen. what do we use lime or lemon for? When something is filthy, like your cookware, you put the lemon or the lime on it and you rub it, and it becomes the same thing you are doing to your liver. So the liver is loaded with the filth. You take the combination of the coconut and lime. We have volumes that we use according to your age and weight and whatever. And then you drink it. Then physiologic cascade begin to take place. So the lime or lemon will be loosening the filth. And then the contraction will be bringing the filth out. And you see it in your stool. Some of them may start with brown, white. White is normally the fungus, caked fungus. Black. This guy that came last Friday, black. He couldn't walk. But the next day he was walking. So they all come. And you will see them. When you go to our Facebook page, or even in this book, the malaria book, you will see some of the filth. So they come out. And then the next day, they are strong, healthier. But when the physiologic cascade is in progress, you can throw out, you can feel weak, you can feel gassy. Those are all the healing crises. Okay? So the healing crises are normally the symptoms. They are normal physiologic activity of a body loaded with diseases trying to heal itself. You don't take a particular drug and break down the fever, and then they're going to cause hepatotoxicity or nephrotoxic or something. So we use food to heal, and you cannot heal outside the proper consumption of food. And you need to understand detoxification, which is unfortunately not being taught. And I will encourage that you come to Health Talk, and I will pleasantly walk you through some of this one, and you'll be a changed person. Because see, I listen to my body. If my breathing is warmer, then I know there's too much stuff here. I clean. I also do fast. If you want to live longer, you fast. At least 24 hours every week. How many people do that? You see how you've made your face? And I at least do that twice a week. Because the work I do is so stressful, you got to be spiritual. And if your blood is toxic, how can you be spiritual? See, and this is not a Christian thing. But if you want to be academically sound and super intelligent, you have to watch what you are eating. Yes, because if you destroy your gut, you can't understand a whole lot of stuff. So, you see, I hope you are getting the thing. If you apply the right foods, you will get the natural biologic effects. Now, you know there are some herbs like sandpaper.
Yes.
What do sanding does? When you sand, you polish.
Yes.
It removes that. And how many people use it? Why is it that when a pregnant woman delivers and they are given the abimudro, you know, those are benquine with all the herbs, and their skin gets so nice? It's the food. It's the herbs. Now, when they stop eating that, then they get degeneration of the skin because they are not eating healthy. And that is why occasionally the bad husband will go after other women because they're not looking so attractive and things. So you see, we need to teach people you are what you eat from a cultural perspective. Because every environment is different. So it's even wrong to teach people vitamin C comes from oranges. That's a lie. Where does the cow and the zebra and the elephant get their vitamins from? We should sit there and wake up. That I use food to heal, and it's working, and I help your organs get clean, and you get better. Because your health is your wealth, and anybody that can misinform you with the wrong information about your health to behave otherwise is somebody who wants to enslave you. Okay? The best investment in this life is an investment in your life. And let us all join together and get rid of malaria with the Manyanha Natural Malaria Be Gone program.
All right.
2 days, your malaria will be gone. And when you understand the mechanics of malaria, you can always prevent it, because it's a disease that will cause poverty and kill people, unfortunately, in the third world.
All right. Doctor, there's this assertion that a naturopath will never give you treatment that will lead to another condition. How true is this?
Well, you see, I don't heal anybody. I don't have that power.
Okay.
All healing comes from nature through the mighty power of God. Your actions or inactions will make you well or unwell or sick. So if you apply the right principles in life, I've already made mention of the physical health laws. Okay? If you follow them religiously, at almost 60 years, I ride my bike. See, I'm almost, you think I'm a small boy? No. I still ride my bike. I drink a lot of water. I fast. Many people wouldn't do it. Even the asofo, some of the asofo that come to, asofo means a pastor or a minister that come to our center. When you tell them about fasting, most of them will frown, like you just did. So, so you need, I'm teaching it, and I'm helping them to use their day of birth. It's nothing spiritual, but it's something practical. So you can't tell me if you are Amma, forget your day of birth. So every Saturday you are called Amma. You remember, hey, Dr. Asenso told me to drink only water for 24 hours. You see, when you rest the gut, you help the body to heal itself naturally. Detox, natural detoxification. See, so I will never sit here and say that a naturopath cannot will not cause any disease, but that phrase is not right.
It's not right.
It's the people that cause sickness to themselves.
Okay.
Every disease has a cause, and it is we that cause it. I cause my own health problems, and you don't even know what they are doing in their environment.
Yeah.
So I don't know where this is the first time I'm hearing this. You will get well or sick based on what you do, not what you got from a naturopath. We are all looking for divine good information, evidence-based, okay? Now, but if you are programmed with the wrong information, your actions will be according to what you know or your belief system. But if you are following what is natural and normal, many of these diseases that come upon us will not come. And please, saying that you can only treat certain diseases, you can't cure it, is a phrase to weaken the power of God.
Okay.
All healing comes from nature
through
the mighty power of God.
Thank you.
You are certainly welcome. What is that?
Thank you very much.
They killed it.
Okay, no, it's still on. We are still here on HealthAfrik, and we've been talking about alternatives to Orthodox treatment practices. Today in the studio has been Dr. Emmanuel K. Asenso, and he is an internationally known naturopath and a detoxification specialist and the founder and director of Health Talk Limited. Today he has really taught us about naturopath, and I know you have learned a lot. He says your health is your wealth. Thank you very much for staying tuned. I'll see you same time next week.